Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Power Hour TGIF, right? I mean, what a week. One for the history books, literally, figuratively, every which way. So welcome to Power Hour. I'm Sergio, and I do this every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to do it indefinitely. Channel is growing. I appreciate the support. We have a lot to discuss today. So couple of things to take care of business. First of all, the scheduling. Power Hour is every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time zone you happen to be in. On Mondays, I do Trading with Sergio. Again, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's going on indefinitely. So please subscribe, please share, please put a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, YouTube algorithm anyway, supposedly. Yeah, those are going to go on indefinitely. So I will discuss a lot this week, or well, today anyway, about what happened this week. But before I do that, a couple of other aspects of business to take care of. So we do have memberships on the channel, as some of you know already. What do members get? Well, members get a couple of different things. The next members only live stream, so I do 2 extra live streams a month for the members only. We do it every 2 weeks because, they're learning how to trade, how to invest, how to even get the language down, right? It's not a thing that you can master ever, but you can improve upon. And I'm helping them out, obviously. So the way the membership works is, obviously, you click on become a member. I think it's $10 or $9.99, something like that a month. So what you get for that is 2 things. You get a members only live. One is coming up actually on Wednesday. This Wednesday, I think it's the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Those are done at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you cannot make it, you can always watch the replay. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do please make it to the members only live. We've done 3 of them so far, and they have been absolutely amazing. They go on for about an hour and a half or 2. Most of them, last one I think went 2 hours. A lot of information is exchanged. It's a lot more hands-on. It's a lot more one-on-one. It's almost like I would say, quasi-private coaching session, right? Or mentorship. And, this is when the members accelerate the learning process. I'm not saying you're not going to learn anything if you're not a member. Of course you are. If you're a regular subscriber, there is so much content on the channel that you will definitely learn. But I'm urging, I think we have 17 or 18 members already. So I need everybody to show up to these members only live if you're a member. If you're not a member, grab a membership, try it out for a few months, a few weeks. If you don't like it, you can always cancel it. The other thing the members get, which they're all receiving theirs now, is what I'm wearing here. It only comes in black, I'm told, by Kyle, who has become the official merchandise supplier of the channel. Gig with it. And you will get this t-shirt for free. It's a $30 item on the website. It says hashtag know your worth. It comes in black. All you have to do is get the membership and then send me your t-shirt size and your physical address. We will print it out and send you one. It's going to come in black with the gold lettering. It looks great. It's very comfortable. You can wear it anywhere, obviously. But what we're trying to do is I'm trying to build a community like I have built on the other channel, right? A community of traders, investors, whatever you guys want to call yourselves or consider yourselves. And I'm trying to pay it forward. And the t-shirt is free, shipping is free. It's a $30 item. I'm hoping you stick around for 3 months so I get my money's worth it. But that's not the point. So if you become a member, you get 2 things. You get 2 extra live streams a month, Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. and you get a free t-shirt out of it. Yeah, I think, and you also get one-on-one. So if you do become a member, send me an email with your t-shirt size and your physical address, sergio@sergioavedian.com. You will get it. So I think we're done with that. So let me, today I'm going to try to do a couple things differently. Obviously, I'm going to go into the topics of the week. I mean, what a week, right? What a week. And I think, the country is about to face major changes. And like the title of this live stream indicated, people have spoken, right? There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no hanging chads, there is none of that. People have spoken. And Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, the ex-president, is now president-elect. J.D. Vance is vice president-elect. I have my opinions about all this, but let me put up the what we're going to discuss today. So today, Power Hour, 11/8/2024, and from what I can see, we have 7 topics. And the first one is going to be people have clearly spoken and the stock market has listened. Boy, has it ever. Can you guys see that screenshot, by the way? If you guys can, please put a thumbs up, in the chat, because I'm testing something new. Can you guys see it as a full screen, or am I on the full screen? Please let me know. Anybody? Because I don't want to restart this thing. Okay, cool. Oh, Adam is here. Adam, welcome to the show. Obviously we're going to discuss where the markets are. Markets flying, continues to fly. And second topic I'm going to talk about is inflation really dead? I mean, the Fed has raised the rates. Now they're cutting the rates, but maybe, they are saying inflation is on the right path to 2%. The third topic I'm going to talk about is the Fed meeting this week. Obviously, party continues. Fed likes whatever's going on, and I have my opinions about it, obviously. Fourth topic is going to be what passive investing has done for millions and millions and millions of people, okay? I talk about passive investing quite a bit. It is your path to financial freedom. There is no bad time to start investing, regardless of what the markets are doing. Some of you may say, oh, I'm too old. Some of you may say, oh, market's too high. There is no such thing, high, low. And there's no such thing, old, young. Young, better, obviously, because time is working for you. Because my mentors used to tell me that time spent in the markets is definitely more beneficial to you than time spent timing the markets. So we're going to talk about the debt problem, right? That's the next topic. Americans are suffocating under a mountain of debt. I started following this index called Fear and Greed Index. It's hitting a little bit of a greed side, but you can all go check it, by the way. Just Google Free Fear and Greed Index. And last but not least, with the Trump victory, Bitcoin is this the leg? Is this the leg that's going to start our journey to 120,000 on Bitcoin? So with all that said, let's get into it. Well, to me, this week was pivotal. Obviously, I'm in the markets, but it wasn't for that. It was for the country, right? And as you guys can see under my name, the people have spoken. LFG, and you all know what LFG is, right? People have spoken clearly. People need the country to go in a different direction, and people like the country to go in a different direction, and they voted by the millions. So ex-president, now President-elect Trump, won, I would say, by a landslide. The Electoral College vote, I think, is over 310 by now. He also won Arizona and Nevada, which were kind of tight races. He won. I mean, it's fair and square. There is no ifs and buts about it. And my assumption of all of this is that country is sick of the path that the country is going, fiscally, financially, socially, every which way. and people had enough, and people just said, okay, time for a change. Now, I'm hoping for the country and for all of us, I'm hoping that he does what he promised. It's really difficult in Washington to talk to, you can talk a good game, but to play the game is really, really difficult. And he has obviously opposition. He has people on the other side who completely think diametrically opposite of what he's thinking, right? Or what he's trying to do. My hope this time, and it's a hope now, but I think it's going to become a reality, is last time he went to Washington and last time he won the elections, he didn't know anything about governing. He was a businessman. He didn't know who his enemies were. He didn't know who his friends were. He had to appoint thousands of people to jobs that he didn't know anything about. He didn't know anything about governing a country. Yeah, he knew how to govern, maybe how to run his companies, but not a country. It's a completely different animal. Well, this time around, it's not like that. This time around, he's got a solid bench, if you want to call it that, right? It goes from Vivek, which I love. I think he's brilliant, from RFK to Elon, right? And look, I don't know if these people are all going to be, part of his administration. I mean, I don't know how Elon's going to find time to do what he said he's going to do. But I think he's got a deep bench. I think he's got, at this time, he knows how to play the game, okay? And I think already yesterday, he announced White House Chief of Staff as Susie Wiley, who ran a brilliant campaign for him, right? She's a person that likes staying in the background. She's not a flashy person, but she gets things done. So he already appointed her a White House Chief of Staff. The other side promised the transition is going to go well. Well, this time there's no excuses, Mr. Trump. There isn't any. You have an amazing team around you that you can fix this country, or at least attempt to fix this country, because I think this country is broken. Personally, as an immigrant, I voted, obviously, but fiscally, country is broken, okay? We need to put our house in order. As Elon said, we're going bankrupt, right? And long story short, after that opening, so that's why the title today was People Have Spoken, and the market is listening. What happened to the market since that morning, the morning of Wednesday morning? Market has done nothing but rocket higher, okay? Yesterday, which was this, I took this from the Kobesi letter, which I love. On Wednesday, the market, the S&P 500 jumped 2.53%, adding 1.2 trillion of market cap, and closed at a fresh all-time high. Yesterday, Thursday, it continued, another 700 billion in market cap. Today, not as much, but like I said, people have spoken. Market is listening. Market is putting all his hope to what Trump agenda may be, right? I mean, we know some of it already. He's talking about tariffs. He's talking about, cutting taxes. Okay, we'll find out, when he gets in. The first 100 days, I think, of Trump's presidency is probably going to be one of the most important 100 days in the history of this country. I mean, again, I'm not talking as a Trump supporter. I'm talking as an American who understands finance, who understands numbers, and the country is in bad shape, people. We just hit $36 trillion of national debt. Now, what Trump is going to do, is he going to add to the national debt? Well, that's what the bond market is saying. The rates keep shooting up, right? We are all going to find out. But Trump has an amazing support group around him. Now he knows what's going on. He knows who he can trust. He knows who he can delegate to certain important work. We're going to find out. But I'm going to be watching it very, very carefully. And when the market listened, it listened with conviction, right? There was no ifs and buts about it on Wednesday morning and Thursday and today. I mean, we're on the S&P 500, we're hitting 6,000, just about, Okay, imagine your dollar cost averaging. Imagine your long-term investing that I've been talking about this on this channel for the last 4 months. Okay, and I mean, again, I follow the Kobesi letter on X. Please go follow them. I think they're amazing. You know, the day after what happens to the market is also an important indicator of what will happen over the next 4 years, right, of a presidency. And when the day after elections is as strong as it was, right, the next 4 years, last time when he won, S&P 500 was up 63%. Okay, in 2016, the day after the election, S&P 500 was up 1.1%. This time it was up 2.5%. Okay, and 4 years later, S&P 500 was 64% higher, and Nasdaq rallied 151%. And right towards the third part or last third of his presidency, obviously we faced COVID, right? And we all know what happened to the markets then. But that's a black swan event. I feel like the economy under Trump was doing well, although I'm not liking what's happening to the deficits. And under Trump, deficits did go up close to $4 trillion and national debt as well. So let's put all this in perspective, okay? This was a historic week in the history of this country. People have spoken, clearly spoken. Market has voted as Trump being positive for the markets, period. How do we participate in that? And that's why I'm here. I'm going to try to help a lot of you, hopefully, as the channel grows, to make you guys understand, right, how this part of the game works. And but I am hopeful. Okay, I am not only hopeful, I am very, very positive over what's going to happen over the next 4 years. My only single concern is, do not mortgage my kid's future any further, Mr. Trump. If you're going to put Elon as the government efficiency expert, please do it, because we need to cut spending. Where do we do it? How do we do it? We need to cut spending. We can't keep spending $2-3 trillion more than what we're taking in. We just can't keep doing that. Just because we can print, just because we can add zeros to the ledger, we can't do that. Please change Washington, obviously, but change the way we are conducting our budgets. Please, please, please. That's my only ask, and my hope is brilliant. I think the next 4 years is going to obviously present some challenges, but also I think it's going to be quite positive. So with that said, what I want to do is I want to go to the next topic. The next topic is going to be about inflation, right? So yesterday we had Fed, Mr. Powell came on and, he did his song and dance. And, although if you guys did watch it, a couple of journalists asked him about, what if he wants you to step down? And he goes, legally, it's not possible, and I'm not going to step down. And I agree with Mr. Powell on that, actually. But let's talk a little bit about inflation, right? What has happened to inflation? To me, inflation is a tax on the American public, right? It's killed. It has definitely killed us. I mean, everything we buy, from food, from insurance, from housing, education, healthcare, everything we have bought over the last, well, it's been going up anyway, but now we had this acceleration, we had this spike in inflation over the last 3-4 years. And that needs to also get, under control. We need to put that under control. And importantly, inflation is not something that dies fast, right? The antidote for inflation is higher interest rates. And that's what the Fed did. The Fed put the rates from 0% to 5.5% in a short order. And at the moment, inflation does look like it's coming down. But is it reality? Is it on our day-to-day lives? Is inflation really coming down? Or it goes up fast and then comes down really slow, and then it plateaus at a point and then to go higher later. So as far as I'm concerned, inflation, here are some inflation numbers for you all, okay? Specifically in childcare, but my children are older, but a lot of you may have children. Over the last 40 years, childcare prices are up 873%. This is 40 years. That's 20% plus a year, right? Massively outpacing other major cost of living categories. By comparison, housing, food, and transportation inflation has risen 350%, 332, and 268. Now, this is over 40 years. Let's take housing, 350% over the last 40 years. Take 350 divided by 40, that's 9, so a touch under 9. But the government keeps saying there is no inflation, it's only 2%. I've been saying it on this channel for 4 months and in private circles and my private conversations, inflation is running 6 or 7% a year. It is not at 2%. It's not. So the reality is something different, right? Why, is the government gaslighting? Obviously, they have to put a, good face out there, but the reality does not match what they're saying, right? And at the same time, nationwide CPI inflation has jumped 315% over this period. Well, let's take this one. This brings you exactly the numbers, into light. 315% divided by 40, okay, is what? About 7, 8, right? So there we are. And that's where we are with inflation. So don't kid yourselves that inflation is only 2%, like the government is saying. There's no 2%. It's 6 or 7%. And that's why, we're our dollars on a nominal basis, when we look at $100 bill, it's still $100. But how is its buying power? What is it getting to us? It's not getting much, is it? So to me, inflation is not dead, although it has been coming down over the last 6 to 8 months due to the higher interest rates. But we'll see. We'll see if all of this is going to work out. And segueing to what happened yesterday, which was as if we didn't have anything going on this week. We had the Fed meeting this week to decide on interest rates, right? And the Fed decided on the interest rates. They cut a quarter basis point or quarter percentage, so 25 basis points. And Mr. Powell was on stage. I listened to the whole thing, and he's not taking victory laps around the Federal Reserve yet, saying that yes, we beat inflation. They're cautious, but it looks like they're going to cut the rate some more going forward in 2025, and the market's liking it, right? And not only it liked the Trump, victory, it liked interest rates going down. So, this is Mr. Powell on the podium yesterday. He clearly said that the Fed is not declaring victory, but inflation is on a path to 2%. Well, on the last segment, I just kind of contradicted that. I wish some of these journalists ask him about these types of questions. What about childcare, Mr. Powell? It's up 420% over the last 40 years. What about housing? It's up 360%. Are average Americans' earnings going up 360% over the last 40 years? I don't think so. And this is the summation from the Fed meeting yesterday or on Wednesday, and then they cut the rates. Labor market is not a source of inflation pressure. Well, yes, we know kind of why. We have a illegal immigration problem in this country, and a lot of those folks who come in from these other countries are willing to take on jobs that Americans are not willing to do, and then that's why the labor market is not a source of inflation at the moment. But we don't know what's going to happen when Mr. Trump takes office. Core inflation remains elevated in recent data. That's true. So possible that any administration or Congress could have an effect. That matters, of course. If Trump is going to cut taxes, right, and if Trump is going to put tariffs on, we're going to face more deficits and more national debt. So, but he was really cautious. He wasn't that cautious. He wasn't that celebratory, but you know, he was like, we're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to study the data, and we're going to do what works for the American people. Okay. And last but not least, he said election has no impact on Fed policy in the near term. In the near term, I agree with him. In the near term, yes. And one thing that's been concerning me, that since the day the Fed started cutting rates, which was a month ago, the bond market is saying, Mr. Powell, you're full of it. I'm not buying it. And the bond market raised the rates. Actually, you know, 30-year mortgages are above 7% again. Car loans are going up, and the bond market's raising rates while the Fed is cutting rates or sending a message that they're going to cut rates. So to me, you know, bond markets knows best. I've always watched the bond market, although the stock market is not paying any attention to the bond market, which is fine at the moment. There is definitely some diverging moves happening here, but as I'll be here, and then I'll keep you guys posted of what's going on. My next topic is going to be debt, personal debt. I've spoken about this many times. I am not against debt. You can have debt in the form of credit cards, car loans, mortgages, you know, HELOCs or home equity loans, whatever it is that you're borrowing. But when you do borrow, okay, make sure your budget is not like the U.S., you know, federal government's, okay? Make sure, because you do not have the power to print, you do not have the power to make more of dollars, okay? Make sure if you have a 1-inch pipe, which is incoming revenue, you don't have a 3-inch pipe outgoing. And that's what the U.S. government has, but they have the power of the reserve currency of the globe, and they have the power to print. You all don't have that. The only power you have is your income through your W-2 or independent contract work keeps going up. Is it going up 6, 7, 8% a year? Have your paychecks gone up 6, 7, 8%? But what we do is we borrow, just like the government does, on a personal level as well, through credit cards, and we spend. And this topic is completely what I want to talk to you guys about. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is the U.S. personal interest payments. Okay, look at this chart. This is again from the Kobesi letter, but the chart is from Federal Reserve Economic Data. You can all go visit the website and see it. Look at this oval right here, right? Why did this happen to start with? Well, people are borrowing on credit cards and on consumer loans or revolving credit, and they're not paying it. They're carrying balances. The worst thing you can do is borrow and not pay your, you know, credit card bills after 30 days, okay? Because then you're going to get slapped with 35% interest rate or 25% interest rate if your credit is good, okay? So whatever you bought for $1 literally is going to be $2 by the end of the year. Why? You already used that item, right? So U.S. personal interest payments hit $556 billion in September. That's just for a month, single month, okay? So the banks are raking the profits, obviously. Banks are taking all this money from you all. And since 2022, Americans' interest costs have doubled. Well, we know why, because Fed raised the rates, and then the banks raised the rates on these credit card revolving debt, right? Personal interest as a percentage of disposable personal income is after taxes, what you have to spend. Just the interest is at 2.5%. That's a lot. That's very high, right? You know, a lot of us use credit cards and don't make, you know, the full payment monthly. You know, we make the minimums. Well, that's what's happening here. And this is the highest since 2008 financial crisis, right? And on the chart, you guys can see, look at this chart. It's gone parabolic, the personal debt interest rate, just the interest payments alone. In a single month, $556 billion went into the banks, okay? Or whoever is issuing these credit cards to you all. Why? Just don't carry balances. Float these banks money. Use credit cards. Use it wisely. But pay your balances at the end of the month, okay? And last but not least, the total household debt sits at a record $17.8 trillion. Now, that's total household debt. That includes mortgages, that includes revolving credit, that includes all kinds of debt, right? And I am not against I am definitely not against debt. 100% not, right? I have debt, I have credit cards, but you got to use it wisely. You have to do what the banks are giving you. The banks are giving you the money free for 30 days. Buy the damn thing, float their money for 30 days, pay all of your balances back. That's another way you get your, credit score up, by the way. Because carrying balances is definitely not good for your credit score, and carrying balances is definitely not good for your pocket, as you all know. So, yeah, I'm definitely not against credit, but use it wisely. And credit is the necessary evil. Credit is something that you can accelerate your personal goals by, right? But don't go buy things because you know impulse buys, right? Don't do that. Just buy what you need and float the bank's money and then pay it back, because paying 30-40% interest on credit cards, not a healthy way to live. So next topic I'm going to talk about is how long-term wealth has been created in this country by over 800 ETFs that are offered. ETFs are exchange traded funds, very low cost. And I'm just not shocked that passive investing can do this, right? If you just do a dollar cost averaging over the last, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, where would you be, right? It's amazing what ETFs has brought, besides active investing, to long-term investors. Look, active investing is fine, but it's not for everyone. If you have a job, you're not going to be in front of your Robinhood account trading, right? It's really difficult to do all this stuff while you're getting a W-2. There are some people that can do it, but personally speaking, I'm an active investor because I have the time, I have the knowledge, I have the experience to beat these benchmarks. But the benchmarks return 10% year after year after year, good, bad, sideways. That's the average, okay? And here it is. There's no ifs, there's no buts about this. Total holdings of US ETFs assets are officially hit 10 trillion for the first time in history. Okay. Obviously, people are doing the right thing. Obviously, people are going into ETFs. There's over 800 of them out there, and one will suit you. But for me, I've been talking about this issue for 4 months since I started the channel. S&P 500, Russell 2000, the triple Qs, the NASDAQ 100, those are the best ones out there. But there are so many. There are high dividend ETFs. There are so many. There are there are bond ETFs. Okay. High yield bond ETFs, high dividend stock ETFs. Like Schwab has an amazing one that you can reinvest the dividends on and accelerate that capital gain that you're going to be dealing with. Over the last 5 years, the size of the US ETF market has more than doubled. Yeah, because people have come to the conclusion that, okay, I don't want to be a stock jockey. Yes, if you had bought NVIDIA at the right time, you would have made a lot, you would have come way ahead, right? But then instead of being stuck with one stock, you just diversify your risk, and then you just keep putting every month, keep putting $100, couple $100 into some exchange traded fund, and you will reap the benefits. In the first 3 quarters of 2024, net inflows to these funds was 691 billion, right? Obviously, we're getting a rally. And, the higher the market goes, the more people will get in. Now, will they pull the rug under them? I don't know. I am not sure. Probably, at some point. But my only concern in all of this, okay, is that everybody's in now. Is there more money to come in? Yes, there's about $7 trillion in money market funds. And I don't know, but people are trusting the system. People are trusting the markets, and the benefits are clear. I mean, there's if you put $100 a month. Look, I keep saying this over and over and over. If somebody invests $100 a month in an ETF, such as the S&P 500, and over 40 years, if you're 25, 30, by the time you retire, that outside your income, outside your what you're going to make, outside your 401k, outside your IRA, all of that, that $100 a week invested in an ETF that returns about 10% will turn into $101.2 million. That's an extra. Okay. Why don't you? Why doesn't anybody want that? I do, right? And I do it with my kids. They have their own accounts. My daughter is 20. She's putting $100 a month. She's working at school as a student instructor, taking $100 of that, putting it in an ETF. She's only 20. Imagine what that $100 a week is going to turn into when she's 65. Hopefully she'll get some retirement. I doubt it, but it's gonna be $1.5 million. There's no ifs and buts about it. It's the power of compounding, people. Start thinking, okay? Even if you're 40, okay, do it for 25 years. Okay, it's going to be, $600,000-$700,000. What's the problem, right? Wouldn't you rather have that than not have it? So the next topic I wanted to talk to you guys about is I found this index. Actually, I was messing around Googling things. And then out of all people, it's done by CNN. So, so take it with a grain of salt. But then I started following a few months ago because I don't tell you guys anything until I test it myself. It was like, should I even bother with this thing? But then there are other indicators that I watch for the sentiment in the marketplace, right? I watch the put call ratio. I watch the equity put call ratio, index put call ratio. These are the amount of puts versus calls that are bought. Those, you're more than welcome to Google it, what it is, and educate yourself about it. But then I found this. I was Googling certain things. I found this thing, and I'm like, okay, see, it says CNN Business. We all know, my opinion about CNN could be different than yours, but at the moment, this was as of yesterday, by the way. So there is a fear and greed index. So if you Google fear and greed index, it'll take you to this page, and you will know immediately what's going on. FYI, I was watching this index, by the way, when the Japanese yen carry trade debacle was going on, when the market went down 15% or 11% in the S&P 500 over a month and a half. It was truly in extreme fear. So this is okay, you have to take this as a contrary indicator, okay, for your trading, not investing, for your trading. So at the moment, we're greed. Maybe today we're in extreme greed. In fact, I'll check it while I'm doing my positions with you guys. But during the sell-off, that thing went down to I think it went down to 7, 8. Extreme fear, and that's the bottom of the market, right? So maybe you guys can pay attention to this. So the previous close was greed. This thing moves like a speedometer. A week ago, it was neutral. Before the elections, it was neutral. Now it's getting into greed because market's gone up another 3%. Market added, by the way, since the elections, market added $2 trillion. All those people who dollar cost average are laughing all the way to the bank. Added $2 trillion to the wealth of people who have invested in the stock market, right? A month ago, it was greed, more greed. And a year ago, it was fear. Well, we know that's when a year ago, the market bottomed. So this is something you guys can follow maybe on your own time. Add it to your arsenal of what to watch for, right? What the market may or may not do. I started following it. I mean, I don't do trades or invest by it, but then it's something extra that I added to my watch list. And last but not least, what I'm going to talk about today is I've talked quite a bit about Bitcoin on this channel. I talk quite a bit about Michael Saylor. I talk a lot about MicroStrategy. I've done a bunch of videos about it. And here we are. What has Bitcoin done since Trump has won? Okay. Trump's win ignites a crypto frenzy that sends Bitcoin to a record high. Yes, Bitcoin is a record high. Please, if you guys want to learn something about this and how one person that I interviewed, Sonny, it's on the channel. It's under Insiders of Wall Street. Please go watch that interview. What Sonny is doing to protect himself and his family against the debasing of the currency. I've talked quite a bit about this on my channel previously. Bitcoin has been going sideways, as we know, for the last, I don't know how long, right? 8 months now, 7, 8 months almost. And now it has broken out, right? If I'm a technical trader, which I am, which I look at charts, this is the next leg. As far as I'm concerned, I own about 7 to 8% of my assets are in Bitcoin. I have not bought it lately. I'm never going to sell it. Just like Sonny said in that interview. Please go check that interview. You guys will learn quite a bit. And what he's doing with credit cards, out of all people, and how he is, he's a huge believer that the government's just going to do nothing but deficit spend, okay, irregardless of who's in the White House. And Bitcoin was going to do this regardless of Trump or not. Although there was a lot of, media coverage that Trump is more friendly to Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is something that everybody should own a piece of, because unless we stop printing and spending. Is that a possibility? You guys think that's a possibility? I don't know. Maybe Trump is going to do it. Maybe Elon is going to come and clean house like he did, with a sink at Twitter. He walked in and fired 7,000 people. I mean, look, the largest employer in this country is who? The federal government. What's he going to do? Is he going to fire hundreds of thousands of people as the government efficiency czar? I don't know. I'm sure there is a lot of places that the government is wasting money on. But going back to Bitcoin, it's just 76,000 now, right? Is it the next leg to 120? It may not be this time, but it definitely is on its way up. Okay, it's a finite amount of Bitcoin out there. Close to 90% have been already mined. Unless tomorrow somebody comes and says, "Oh, I can create another 21 million Bitcoin, exactly this Bitcoin, not a separate Bitcoin," then yeah, Bitcoin may go to zero. But the government now, the government threat of them shutting the system down is over. That's been, that's gone when all these ETFs showed up, right? BlackRock and Vanguard, not Vanguard, Fidelity, all these Bitcoin ETFs. I talk quite a bit about MicroStrategy. Just put out a great video about what Michael Saylor is doing. Please go watch that. So is it up? Is the next leg to 120 coming up? Irregardless of what happens to Trump or whoever won, this would have happened. This is kind of a proof that Bitcoin is the only asset that really you can't make more of it at the moment anyway. Well, it hasn't been proven over the last 12 years that you can't make more of it. We can make more of everything. We can make more of dollars. We can print them all we want, add them to the ledger and spend it. We can always find more gold. But then look what's happening to gold. Gold is at a new all-time high. Silver, all these hard assets, right? Stock market is at an all-time high. The only thing that's not an all-time high is oil. Well, that may show the weakness in the economy. That's why the Fed is cutting rates probably. But if you look at all the hard assets, gold, Bitcoin, oil, silver, sorry, not oil, stocks, real estate, all-time highs. Well, at the end of my interview with Sonny, he said something that I took it to heart, and I'm going to say it every time I'm doing a live stream. He said, Sergio, tell your audience not to slave harder. He said, save in hard assets. Think about what that comment. Don't slave harder, because that's all you're doing at the moment, right? Working for a paycheck that its buying power every month is going down, okay? And your paycheck is not keeping pace with inflation. And he said, don't slave harder, save in our hard assets, gold, silver, real estate, right? Stocks. These are all hard assets. And that's why Bitcoin is where it's at. So with that said, I will be looking at the chat and answering some comments. So please put all your questions there. I will answer each and single comment. And what I'll do in a second, I'll go to my positions, but let me say hello to some folks. So for the ones that joined just now, or, our next members only live stream coming up on Wednesday, this Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. For whoever, if you're a member, existing member, and thank you for the support, by the way. If you're an existing member, okay, I owe you a t-shirt, what I'm wearing, black and gold and white. It's wonderful. It's well made. You can wash it a million times. Nothing will happen. You need to send me your t-shirt size and your physical address. It comes only in black. So I can send you one for free. for being a member. If you become a member, do the same. You will get a free t-shirt, at least out of it. And you will get 2 extra live streams a month. With me putting everybody's faces out there, because everybody's YouTube names are kind of quite, they're not, it's not their first name and last name, obviously, other than mine. But what we do is we put it like we put everybody in a box, and StreamYard allows either 10 or 20 people to be on at the same time. So we're just looking at each other, talking, exchanging ideas. They're learning from me. Their charts are set up now. We're all looking at the same thing, right? We can immediately discuss what's going on in fact, we have a case study coming up on Wednesday. So if you have any interest in becoming a member, become a member, get more one-on-one interaction with me, and a free t-shirt. No shipping either, by the way, completely free. And you'll probably get it in 10 days or so. Because what we want to do is we want to all wear our Know Your Worth t-shirts while we're doing the members only live stream. So with that said, I think I sold that enough. Mojotronics member, Adele member, good morning, Paul member. See all these members? Adam is here, Adam Warner. You guys know who Adam Warner is? He's a big shot. You may have watched him with me on the other channel a couple of weeks ago. Full screen. Okay, full screen is good. I hope this is going to come out. I was testing something. Hopefully it'll come out good. Trump does what he promised. How soon we forget? I don't know. Are you being facetious? We can discuss that here's a good comment. Yeah, okay. So no, actually, that is the way you're going bankrupt, because you're reducing your buying power, you're debasing your currency, and you're making your hard-earned paycheck trash. Okay, I talk about this quite a bit. Go to Costco today. 6-8 years ago, well, you could have bought 10 items, 12 items at Costco with that $100. Go there today, it's only 5 items. So you are going bankrupt. You are like boiling the frog slowly, and you're not even feeling it. Not even, okay. Frasmo, not even present yet, possible and conflict. Yeah, okay, all right, cool. He's not a warmonger. We know that. The war machine was very unhappy when he won. You can even see in the stocks, right? Look, we still need a strong defense, obviously, but I don't think we need to go fight other people's wars. I agree with him on that one. But more importantly for me is what he's going to do to the economy. Hopefully he does good, that he makes the economy work for everyone, not just the rich people. Yes, he may give him a tax cut, but all I'm asking him is to control this debt. And it's just not going to happen. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on the members only, Mojotronics. Okay, all these members are saying some stuff. Okay. Okay, so non-member, I believe it's okay to hold Bitcoin on Robinhood. No, definitely don't. As soon as you buy the Bitcoin, cold wallet. I have one. Everybody should have a cold wallet, but make sure you keep your keys in a safe place. Like write it down and put it in your safety deposit box. I mean, I don't know how many Bitcoin you're gonna buy or how much, but even if you buy nothing, even if you buy $100 worth every month, let's say, or whatever, DCA into Bitcoin, take it off the exchanges. My point. Yes, Craig, I agree. Great interview with Sonny. Go listen to Sonny. He's doing something with credit cards. A lot of you can do, but it's not for everyone. So you guys need to go listen and learn from it. Vic says, if they stop giving free dinero I don't know about that. I mean, look, I'm an immigrant. We're all immigrants, basically. All I can say is that what's happening in this country has to end at some point. Okay. Well, maybe. Okay, sorry. It'll be by the end of the day, maybe. There you go. See? Nah. What do you mean, nah? You're not a big shot? Of course you're a big shot. What are you talking about? He's here. He's willing to learn, and I'm going to teach him. Look at Tesla. Go. That's right. Yeah. Do you know? Okay, here's an interesting question. Do you know what the Federal Reserves are doing now? I don't know. I need more context on that. What they're doing now, They're cutting rates. They're pivoting from QT, quantitative tightening, to quantitative easing. That's what I know they're doing. What else are they doing? They're gaslighting for sure. I don't know what else to say. But if you give me more context, maybe I'll answer it more intelligently. He can't get fired. Legally, the president cannot fire him. He has to run his term. His term goes another 2 years. The president doesn't have the power to fire him. I looked into that. He's appointed. Next time around, he may not be appointed by Trump. I don't know. Although he won the elections and he just cut the rates. I mean, what else does Trump want? I think Jerome Powell is doing a decent job. I think Jerome Powell's hands are tied. I think the fiscal policy is so bad that the monetary policy has to follow fiscal policy, and that's what's happening. Yeah. That's a good question. Even Bitcoin ETFs, no, well, they have a wallet. They buy the Bitcoin and take it out because, back and forth, right? The ETFs take it out of the exchange, put it in the wallet, and then because if there is redemptions, right, they have to put it back on the exchange to sell it. So yeah, okay. How do you get a cold wallet? Great question. You don't get a cold wallet. You can buy it on the internet. They're like, you know what those. First Google it, like Bitcoin cold wallet or crypto cold wallet or crypto wallet. Okay. It looks literally, it looks like the thumb drives, right? And you just create one for yourself and then download from the exchange to that wallet that has an ID on it. It's not it's not like what you think a wallet that you put your credit cards and money in, but it is kind of like that too. So but Google it, just Google crypto wallet, and then there are many out there, many. And don't spend more than like $10. I wouldn't. There are some good ones out there, so read about it. Techie B says Geo Group outsources prisons. Possibly, yeah. Geo, the stock has done well since Trump won, but what hasn't done well since Trump has won? Pretty much everything, right? So let me go. Let me go add my positions to the screen. I did well. Okay, I did well through the elections. I missed. I didn't miss. I did okay, but as you all know, I was a huge fan of Upstart. UPST earnings came out yesterday. I think Mojotronics was like he's beating himself to death. He missed that trade like I did. So I don't know. So this is my. Can you all see the screen, right? What I'm going to do is make it a full. Let's see if I can. Okay. Oh, where did that go? Okay, so let me put it back on. Sorry. Let's share the screen. See, this is also what we do when we're doing the members only ones. Okay, here we go. Can you all see the screen? No, not yet. Obviously not. Let's add it to the stage. Now you all can see the screen. Okay. All right. So I have accumulated 12,500 shares of HOWL, Howell. And as you guys can see, in this position right here, by the way, all these positions, all of them, okay, are going to be on the YouTube community page. Okie dokie. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will put these on the YouTube community page of the channel. It's you guys can tag along. Again, none of this is financial advice. None of this is investing advice. I have to say that. But you don't have to do what I'm doing with options. You can do with the underlying shares, right? And every Monday, Wednesday. So the risk is, though, if you do tag along, I may be in and out of something by the time you're getting in, and then you may get caught, and then we don't want to play the blame game here. Okay. So my point to you all is, you can tag along, more than welcome, but do the underlying stock first, as opposed to anything else. Because those we will have really in that one, you don't have the pressure. Okay, you don't have the pressure of being right in the direction and duration. With options, you have to be right in the direction and duration. So so Werewolf Therapeutics is the name of the company. The symbol is HOWL. I am up to 12,500 shares with an average cost of 276. Stock is about 229. But as you guys can see, we will talk about this on the members only actually more in detail, but I want to talk quickly here. You guys can see here, right under the shares, there is a negative 120. So I started selling covered calls against it. This is a $2.50 stock. So I'm selling calls, taking in premium, and lowering my cost basis month to month. Every month I will do this. Either the stock will get called away, I will make money, or if it's going sideways or down, I'm lowering my cost, right? And I sold these calls. These are November 15 calls. They're going to expire next Friday. I sold them with an average cost of 18 cents. So if my cost is 276 on the stock, and if these are the $2.50 calls, if they expire worthless, they may or may not. Now, two things are going to happen. Stock may go to 250, and then I get called away at 250 plus the 18 cents. Okay, fine. Stock closes under 250 at expiration. That means these options expire worthless. What did I just do? Lower my cost from 276, 18 cents lower, to 260. Next month, I'll do it again for 20 cents, hopefully, which I can. I know I can. And because the Decembers are already at 30 cents, right? Next month, I'll lower it another 20 cents. So that's called covered call writing. It's a simple strategy that in bull markets actually works really well. You can buy the underlying, sell the out of the money calls on it, and you take in some premium. If the stock goes up there, they take it away from you, but then you made the money on the underlying stock and you take in the premium, which will add to your total return. So covered call writing in bull markets works well, but it also may make you miss some massive opportunities, such as Upstart. That's up $23, I think, today, which like blew my mind. I was like, holy crap. And if you guys look at my Monday position and Wednesday position, okay, I had Upstart. But then I don't like holding things into earnings, and because I've gotten slapped a few times, silly, and the options hit the wall, right? And in this case, it would have been nice. It would have been really nice, but it's okay. A lot of things other made it up. As you guys know, I bought some TLT calls right here. And you will see zeros next to the position. That means I sold them. So I bought the TLT calls. You guys will see it on the position screen on the community page on Wednesday. I bought 25 calls at the cost of $280. This morning, I sold them at $380. That's $2,500 in a couple of days. I'm not going to cry about it. And I was going counter trend. You know, TLT is the 20-year bond inverse ETF. And, you know, these are the things. You hit these singles, you hit these singles, you hit these singles, and then you just kind of manage overall. As you may know, I've had that position for maybe a week or more. So you guys know I like Lunar, LUNR. I liked it a lot. Well, what did I do? I had the Novembers. I made a little bit of money and sold those, rolled them into Decembers. I had 80 of the December $10 calls. You can go look at the, Wednesdays and Mondays positions, screenshots on the community page. I had bought 80 of them with a cost of 53 cents. Okay. What does the stock do yesterday? It goes up close to 20%, hits 10. The calls go from 50 cents to $1.40. Well, I scaled out of it, and I only have 10 left. I sold 70 of them with 100+% profits. This is what you need to do when you're trading options. In fact, my last 10, that the cost on it is 50 cents or 51 cents. Hopefully, I have an order at $1.20 to sell. So 50 cents to $1.20 is 70 cents. That's 130%. So I sell the last 10. Now what do I do with Lunar? I still like Lunar. If you can do the underlying on this, by the way, right? You can do the underlying shares. Hopefully you did. You didn't do the options. Don't be a jockey like me doing options. But what did I do on Lunar? Now I'm rolling everything because I think the pattern that it's built, this thing could get a quick shot up to 12 to 15. Okay. Earnings are coming out on the 14th, by the way. So now what am I doing? Because I feel like the market's like bleeding really, really, a little like it's a little out of control on the upside. So if there is a pullback, I want to cut my exposure down. I want to sell my at the money or in the money calls and then move them into way out of the money calls, right? Not exactly a lottery ticket because I'm buying December's. They have 42 days to go. But the pattern that the stock has built is like something, it could be a rocket ship here, right? So now I'm going and buying as many as I can. I'm up to 30. I have orders to buy more. I'll probably buy more while I'm talking here. I'm buying the December $15 calls now. Okay. And I'm rolling. I'm taking all the profits out of the 10s and then rolling into the 15s because I'm taking 60-70% profit on the 10s, even if these 15s expire worthless, which I will not allow. You know, overall, right? Overall, it's a winner. So, and the next one that I bought today, actually, most of it I bought it today, which will be on the position screen. In fact, one of our members brought this to my attention last Friday. He said, "Look at SoundCloud, SoundHound." And I'm like, okay, let's take a look at it. And he asked, should I buy it now? And I'm going like, I looked at the chart while he was there. So that's why if you have some ideas about stocks, put them up there. I'll give you guys my opinion, not advice, opinion. And he said, SOUN is the symbol. When I looked at it, it was 5.5. I'm like, okay. I go, well, it's a low risk trade. I remember exactly what I said, but you guys can go last week's Power Hour and check it out. And I said, it looks like a low risk trade. Where is your risk? And he's learning. He bought his book. He's a member. He says the 200-day average. Yes, it was like, 510 to 450 or 60 was the 200-day average. I said, low risk trade. If it does pop, if it goes above 620, it'll pop to 7.8, which it had done before. Well, sure enough, yesterday out of the blue, stock pops. It goes to 7, over 7. Now, something happened to him that we're going to look into. I don't know what's going on. So now that stock is looking interesting to me. So now I'm buying the December 10 calls. I bought 80 of them so far with a cost of 28 cents. They're like 32 cents. So as you guys can see, what I'm doing is that I'm 90%, I would say 85% in cash. I have sold a lot of the deep in the money calls, a lot of the deep in the money positions. FYI, I am reducing in my long-term portfolio too, which is a completely different account. As I said, I'm reducing Kava, Carvana, Alibaba. I'm reducing all my position on the long end as well. This is just my trading account, right? And I think the market is getting a little ahead of itself, but then nobody knows what the market's going to do. You just trade what's given to you, okay? So yeah, that's where we are. Hopefully, I have orders to buy, as you guys can see. I have orders to buy Lunar. 50 more calls I have, but I don't think they're going to get there unless stock goes down. I have more orders to buy, another 40, so to get them up to 120 calls. I have more orders to buy of SOUN, because what I think is going to happen to Lunar, and I'll show you guys here, it's just going to go sideways for a couple more days, and then the next leg will come in, because yesterday's volume and movement on these stocks was fantastic. So that's it. Let me go to let me go to the front screen real quick, and then I'll answer some questions, and then I'll go through my weekly watch list with you guys, and then I will say goodbye. You guys can see the chart, I'm hoping. This is the S&P 500, people. Look at that uptrend. Trend is your friend. Okay. Can you guys see the screen? Yes, S&P 500 about to hit 6,000. No. I will answer the questions. No, I can't fix that. He's crying. Okay. Okay, so zoom in. Okay, I will zoom in. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, we'll see. Yes, this is actually a point that I missed. Good point. This is a mandate. It's the first time that happens very rarely, by the way, that the one party has the executive branch and the legislative branch, right? I mean, this is the time, Mr. Trump, at least the next 2 years, because there's midterm elections coming up, but at least for 2 years, you have a mandate. You need to do some good stuff. You need to. You have to. I mean, otherwise, right? Yes, we will do that. We will do that on, you can only do it if you have 100 shares, though. If you don't have 100 shares, you can't. But we will talk about that on the members only. We have to save some. And my S&P 500 is about to 6,000. Yeah, I think 6,000 is a big number, or 600 and SPY, 6,000 on the S&P 500. The not the ETF, the index itself. That's a big number. I think there'll be a little bit of a resistance here, but I think we're going to see 6,100 by the end of the year. That is my ultimate top call at 6,100. I did a lot of the technical work this past weekend. There is a measurement up to 6,100. At 6,100, market's selling at 27 times. But then with this Trump thing, right? Everybody's putting their money where their mouth is. I mean, hey, I'm not going to question it, man. The trend is your friend. So let's add this to the stage. You know, I want to do it like the other one. Okay, can you guys see this as a full screen? Can you? Put a thumbs up, please. Yeah, I'm testing something new, which I did not even know existed, actually. Okay, can you guys see the full screen? I hope you are. I hope you can. So this is the S&P 500, 599.21, new highs. I don't know. You know, the 2 minute is the same. I mean, yeah, 2 minutes the same, 5 minutes the same, 10 minutes the same, just keeps going up. There's nothing not to like about it. Is it a little nosebleed? Yeah, maybe, but the trend is your friend. It gapped up. This is it. The last 3 days, $2 trillion in wealth has been created. Okay, so let's go through my watch list, the usual. Let's go. Apple. You know, it's shocking that Apple is down today on a day like today, but here's Apple just biding its time before it makes new high, probably. One stock I added, I don't know why it's going up. It probably has a catalyst on it. I added, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but a lot of the Mag 7 is down today, actually. Amazon is down, Nvidia is down. So Alibaba, I'm done, right? I own the stock in the mid 70s. It took a run to 115. I trimmed today. I'm all done. So I'm all out of Alibaba. China did pass some stimulative measures, but Chinese debt to GDP ratio is 330%, and they're going to borrow more money. I'm going like, okay, whatever. Yeah, they're playing our game, which I don't like. Let's see. I added Bloom Energy to the watch list. Watch lists are also come out, and you guys can see it. I like the stock. It's the symbol is BE, Bloom Energy. Okay, the volume is good. Just went above the 200-day. Just went above. I just sold my last 10 lunars, people, at 120. Then I bought at 50 cents. Bye lunar. And now we got to attack the 15s on that. Bloom Energy. A lot of the energy stocks are obviously doing well. Because Trump, you know, likes drilling. I like these types of stocks. Okay, just base, and breakout. You know, last time, so it's gonna, you know, stock has been going sideways. It retested the low. Above it's 200, above it's 50, above. I like it. Volume is there. It's at 13. Any pullback to 12, I'm a buyer. So that's a thing you guys can add. Let's look at a couple of you know, MicroStrategy. Up 33 more cents, 271. Okay, it's actually outperforming Bitcoin itself. I don't know. Kava, I am 3/4 of the way out, making new highs. I've been talking about Kava since I started the channel. Okay, since, let's see, since May, right? In May, Kava was 75. Today, we're at 145. Hey, I'm all out of Kava, by the way. Making new highs at 146. I think it's getting a little too, valuations getting a little out of control for me. Carvana, another beautiful chart. I still have some positions in it, but these are all in my long-term portfolio. I'm liquidating, taking profits. I don't mind paying taxes, but a lot of you people ask me about DJT, right? Okay. That trade turned into a wonderful trade. It's on the channel again. Everything I'm saying now, when I say wonderful trade, you go like, yeah, but he's not showing anything. Well, if you're new to the channel, please go check out the positions, check out my videos, what I did about DJT, how I traded DJT. I talked about it on the channel extensively. I had a short strangle on. I was short the 15 puts. I was short the 100 calls. Both sides expired worthless. Richie, remember those calls that you bought from me during the live? I mean, do you remember live? You lost all your money, buddy. Sorry. It kind of was. Oh, GME is breaking out. Really? Are they really going to do that? Okay, I got to put that on my list now. You know, I mean, is it going to be the meme again? Are we going to live through that again? Let's see what kind of volume is this doing this thing on. Holy shit, I missed it. Okay, well, there's nothing, you missed it. Okay. The volume isn't that crazy, but okay, we'll take a look at some options on this. Let's see. Let's see. November 15s are too close. Let's go December. Well, let's look at the 8 and 15s. Let's see the gamma squeeze possibilities. Oh my God, look at those. November 8th, expiring today, $25 calls. Traded 35,000 options, over 17,000 open interest. Somebody's loading up on those. Those expire today at 1 p.m., by the way. Okay. Well, it's not my cup of tea. Those are like 0 DTEs. Let's look at November next week. Oh, yeah. Next week's are $1.17. Actually, IV's not that high. I may buy some of those. 25,000 of those traded, over 40,000 open interest. 30s, 11,000 of them traded, over 16,000. Let's see the look at the put side. Not much is happening. Yeah, people are loading up on calls again. But then that's what they did on DJT, and then they hit the wall. I'm not laughing. I mean, that was the proper thing to do because implied volatility on DJT went up to 520%. Let's look at December GMEs. Let's see if they're expensive or not. Yeah, they're expensive, man. That's 103%. IV 335, 340. Let's see if we can do a reasonable spread. Oh, they don't have anything over 30s. 25-30 call spread. 340. That's not bad, actually, people. Huh. I may do that, actually. Buy the 25 calls, sell the 30 calls. You're putting up $1 debit to make 5. I like that trade, actually. Actually, I'm going to do that when I get back to the front screen. Yeah, 1 to 5. I like it. Okay. It has to break 25 though. If it breaks 25, I can get a real quick move to 30. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on those things. So I'm out of my Chinese exposure, out of Kava, almost out of all Carvana. All my long-term stuff is getting sold, which is I'm glad it is. Goldman Sachs is absolutely killing it. I mean, look at that thing, man. Yeah, the day of the Trump victory, look at that thing gap up. You know, if you're reading your books, right? What is this called, people? Flagpole here, sideways, sideways, sideways. The next leg up. Well, yeah. And a lot of, Russell 2000 broke out. Everything is breaking out. I mean, there's nothing that is not breaking out. HOWL is I accumulated enough of it, I think. It's about 15% of my portfolio, which is too high for a $2 stock, but I'll manage. Lumen was, I mean, look at that, right? You guys are, all I'm saying is I'm showing this to you guys because of the patterns, right? So see this pattern right here? Does a little parabolic move, goes sideways, sideways, sideways on the next breakout with high volume, 730 to $10, right? Lunar, same thing. Okay, one of my favorite looking types of charts. So it It had a catalyst, got a NASA contract, broke out, went sideways. Now volume is coming in. MACD is turning back up again. Maybe a couple of days of sideways. That's why I'm buying the 15s now. I think stock will test probably old high at 13-ish. And at that time, those calls will be a buck from 30 cents. So I'm trying to not expose myself too much to the market that's going up every single day. Put up a little money and try to get like massive percentages out of it. And I'm so far ahead for the year that I want to keep my money now. And I want to just entertain myself more than make more money. Yeah, NVIDIA is down for some reason today. I mean, a lot of the Mag 7 stocks are down, but again, all-time new highs. I mean, one-day pullback. What's the big deal? Peloton, I missed. Mother humper. See, these are the patterns. Does this look like, okay, see this pattern right here? Does it look really, really like lunar, right? Huge, earnings came out, catalyst, sideways, on the breakout, 5. Now we're at 9. Those are the things you guys need to pay attention to. You guys need to pay attention to when things go sideways, and on the next breakout, you guys need to be on top of it. That's why lunar kind of looks like it. And then there is the other side of the coin, super microcomputer, complete lying. Look at that, lower lows, lower highs. If you bought every time they said, oh yeah, it's down 30%, you would have been down another 30%. FYI, things can go down 30% indefinitely and not hit zero. There's the S&P 500. I mean, it just keeps going, man. What is there to look at? What is there not to like? I mean, this is just this last 2 days, last 3 days. Friend is your friend. Don't question it. I mean, I may buy some puts. Let's look at, oh my God, Tesla is 326. Tesla just became $1 trillion company today at 318. Now it's 326. I guess Elon was right again. He put all his eggs in one basket, and look what happened to his basket. His basket went up by $100 billion since Wednesday. Let's look at long-term Tesla. I mean, it's breakout. You got to buy on pullbacks now. You got to buy if it gives you a pullback. It's 327. Breakout was at 280, which was the low of the opening on Wednesday morning, and that was it. Now we're at 327. You got to buy pullbacks. I mean, actually, it kind of, you guys will remember this. At the members, we talked about it. There's an island reversal right here. It gapped up. It gave you a chance to get back in. I didn't. I love Elon. I love the car. I just fundamentally cannot buy Tesla. But then a lot of you do. All power to you. I think my problem is looking at Tesla as a car company. It probably is not. But let's look at long-term chart Tesla. Yeah, I mean, what's the difference? It's just Tesla or whatever. It doesn't matter what stock it is, ABC, XYZ. It's broken out. Next resistance is, it's above that too. The next leg of resistance is at 380. On any pullback, get in. These are the stocks that you buy on dips, by the way, when they break out like this. You don't, yeah, I mean, they give you a chance, get in. Yeah, Upstart, I'm going to kill myself. Oh my God, is it 81 really? Holy shit. I am going to kill myself. Mojotronics. I had the calls. I had the December 55s and 60s. Oh my God. But then again and again and again, please go to last week's Power Hour. Go last week's Trading with Sergio. You go look at it. This was one of the stocks. I said, it made a new high. It did its pullback. Mojotronics, you be my witness. Put it in the chat. Mojotronics said he said so. I even bought it when I was supposed to buy it. I bought the 55 calls. And then he went up like 75%. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking it. And then going into earnings. Holy crap. 81 up $25. Oh my God. And still not expensive, by the way, people. The other problem with Upstart is there are a lot of shorts in this stock. They're getting smashed. Upstart, by the way, was a $400 or $350 number and then came down. Base. See, these are the things that I keep telling you guys. Base. First leg was the first I've been talking about Upstart since the catalyst took place 3 months ago. Okay, I've traded in and out a million times already. However, this was the first catalyst right at 30 bucks. First earnings. It went up, pull back to 50-day, next leg up, pull back to the 20-day, next leg up. All I'm saying is these are the stocks that you guys need to pay attention to. One has a catalyst, breaks out on high volume, goes up, gives you a chance to get back in because everything dips. These are the types, these are the charts you guys need to start looking at. When it's doing this, higher highs, higher lows, okay? And what else? I don't know. I'm actually, I'm depressed now. $21? $23? Holy crap, 81. And then Zillow was another one that came out with earnings. Okay, you guys remember me talking about Zillow? Don't say no, right? New highs, pull back, grabs the 50-day, kind of hugs it. Earnings come out, next leg up. Here was the same as Upstart. First catalyst, gap up, high volume, earnings were good. Goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. See, this is what looking at charts will give you. Now, will everything behave according to charts? No. Some things will, some things won't. But then you get in, you get out, you put your risk parameters in, you set your risk, and then you know exactly what to do. But it's giving, these are the types that you just kind of look at, okay, higher highs, higher lows. That's what constitutes a trend. Let's look at SOUN. Yeah, there it is. What else is there to say? Mojotronics, you bought it correctly. I don't know what happened with your stop. It's at 695 now. I have 80 of them. I want to buy more. I think this thing is going to get to 10 bucks. I'm buying the December $10 calls. Yeah, they keep accumulating it. I'm like, okay, let's buy some more. I have 80 of them. Let me see. Yeah, I have 80 of them. I need to buy Lunar on the next leg up. I need to buy the 15th of those. Let's see. Where's my sound hand? Right there. I have 80 of them. With a cost of 28 cents. They're 32 cents, 37 cents. At 37 cents, they'll be up 25%, 28%. Man, this thing breaks out. I'm telling you guys. I have 80 of them, and I want to buy more of it. I have orders to buy more, but they're not going to get there. Let's keep those in there. Let's cancel those. They're not going to get down to 22 cents. I had more to buy. 32, 35. Let's pick some more. Let's pick 20 more up. Let's make it a round number at 35. Let's buy some. Also look at GME. 20 at 32 cents. Let's go. Let's look at GME. That order is in. Oh shit, GME broke 25. Okay. Okay. What are we doing here? Let's buy some December 25s, 3.5. Let's start buying 5 lots. Buy 5 at 360. Bought those at 360. Let's buy 5 more at 350. This is going to be a spread at some point, but I let the long leg go a little bit. I mean, I could do this on one ticket. 25, 30 calls, spreads. They don't have 35s? Are you guys serious? What's next week's 35s? I'll bet you. I bet you they have 35s there. Next Friday expiration 35s. 35s against my 25s are 40 cents. That looks juicy to me. That's 200 IV. I'm paying 102 IV for the long side and sell the short side. Sell the side that's 200 IV and take all that premium. And hope if the stock is 35, the long calls are going to be quadruple. I will sell these actually. against the next. This is our next Fridays against the Decembers. And they're at the high. Let's sell 5 of those. 25.35 call spread. Just did that one. 25.25 now. We need to buy more. We're going to miss it. Dicking around. Let's buy 5 more. 370. Never pay the offer, by the way. You will get nailed. That's my bid. Any pullback now? We got to line up and buy GME calls. I mean, I'll buy 20 to 25 of them, maybe. I won't go more than that. Okay. I have an order at 370, 350. Let's buy 5 more at 340 and sell those against it. Buy 5 more. They're 390 now. Fucking shut up. Let's put some at 330, 330, 335. Yeah, okay. Let's get those 370s. And then what else we got? We got 3 orders in. We bought 5 at 360. We got 370, 350, 335. Okay, fine. And then in the second we buy those, we go to the Novembers and we start selling those. The November 35s. They're 44 and 50 cents. Yeah. Give me a chance to buy those. Not those, sell these against my 35s. Okay, come on, give me the 370, GameStop. What's going on? No, 370, come on, I'm lined up. Send it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, thank you. Let's go sell those. Let's go sell those. 35 against it at 45 cents. Yeah, did those. Beautiful. Okay. 200 IV on the way up. What are we buying those at? 102 IV? 105 IV. Okay, cool. So we have 10. We have orders. If it pulls back to 24.50, 24.70, I'll get filled. 350. Okay, that's fine. What's the low on those today? 268. Okay. This is how it's done, people. This is what we do. I have buy order at 350, buy order at 330. Always, you don't have to buy on the pullback only, by the way. You can buy on the way up. Okay. All right, let's get to the front screen because I need to focus now. GME breakout right there. Buying the 25s, selling the 35s. Next week's 35s, but I have the long December 25s at the money. And short, next Friday's 35s. You're going to say, well, what if it goes to 60, Serge? Okay, I don't care. What do I care? I really don't care. And my if the stock goes to 35 by next Friday, my December 25s will be $12. That's 4x. So I'm happy with it. I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, so let's get to the front. Let's get to the front. Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay. Send it where? To CBOE? Chasing? I don't chase stuff, bro. All right, let's answer some more questions. Geo outsources. Okay, Trump knows. Okay. Victor Diaz. Okay, zoom in. Okay. We all need to make more money, compete more money, so we can. Yes, I agree. Yes, I will show you how to do that on Howl, on members only. Okay, here's a good one. Breen Cliver says, or is it Brian? Okay. Sergio, can't wait for you to analyze the crash when this effing idiot gets into office. Okay. Look, man, we all have differing opinions. I've been biased negatively for 6 months, still made a ton of money, but it may be. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's what makes it a market. Okay. Um, what happened with glue? What happened with glue? I don't know. What did happen with glue? Maybe. Okay, let's take a look. We can look at that at members only. 924 down 29 cents. What happened to glue? Nothing. I don't know. Would I look at Affirm? Yes, in a minute. Affirm earning came out. They beat both sides, but didn't like it. Market didn't like it. Siri, I don't know, garbage. Me charts show over 30 GME. Okay. SoFi, okay. Tesla, FTW, we zoom. How are you? Just sold mine at 315. Somebody's supposed to sell. Yeah, the index is overall the better with Democrats. Well, this is just 3 days. We zoom. Don't get drunk on your champagne. Is MACD helpful? Very helpful. There we go. Okay, see, you predicted UPS to break out a couple of weeks ago, which prompted me to get in. Initially, I started at 26-ish mark a couple of months ago. I need to educate myself. Not only proper trailing stops, it's just you got to just hold on. You don't have to be a jockey. You're trying to make $1 million like overnight. It doesn't work like that. Is SoFi one of those? What do you mean? I'm chasing? I don't chase, bro. Send it where? I'll just send it. It goes somewhere. I don't know where it goes. Okay, we'll talk all about it. Okay, keep these questions to members. Keep these questions for Wednesday. Wait for a pullback on sound? I don't know. I just bought a shit ton of options. It doesn't matter to me. I know. Okay, this is not a political show. I will boot both of you. Although WeZoom gets a preferential treatment because he's a member. Look, whatever happens, happens, man. We just trade it. We're traders. I will trade it. I don't care. Anyway, so let's look at a couple of those stocks that you guys mentioned. What was it? Siri, Affirm, SoFi, and there was one prison stock. What was that one? Dang. Geo. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Okay. Let's take a look. All right, so let's look at Geo first. Geo. Hello. I didn't see the right part after that gap up. I may short this thing. Is this optionable? Oh, okay. Thanks, whoever said Geo. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let me take a look at the options on this thing. So it's time to sell some premium on this puppy, ain't it now? Yeah. Stock is 25. Let's see what these idiots are paying for 35s for next week. Oh, it's not that bad, actually. The IV is not that high, actually. So in that case, let's look at December's. Stock is 25. Where are the 20 puts at on this? What? Not possible. December 20 puts are 20 cents? I gotta study this. Hold on a second. How is that possible? How the heck is that possible? Is there some sort of dividend coming up on this? Is something happening with this? Stock is only 25. Okay, I'll study this. I'll take a look at it. That doesn't make sense. Those are too cheap. For a stock that's gone parabolic, those are so cheap. What? Okay, stock was 13 before the elections. It's 25 now, and the 20 puts are 25 cents for December? No, I gotta buy some of those. Even if I don't know what's going on, I gotta buy some of those. What? What? Okay, hold on. Let's just put $1,000 in it. Let's buy 10 at a time. Let's buy 10 at 30. Oh, those are thin. They're not gonna give it to me. Yeah, you better. Okay. What? Stock was 13. Now it's 25. It's gone parabolic. We know it's gonna pull back. Okay, that's bullshit. Okay, people, don't do what I do. This is counter trending. Let's put 10 options at 25. Buy 10 more at 35. I don't get it. Okay. These will, okay, this one. About 10 more. And 10 at 25. Okay. Okay. There you go, another trade. This will all be on the position screen, people. Where is GME at? Obviously, we didn't get the rest of it. 25.35. Okay. That's on the way up, we buy. On the way down, we buy. Let's buy 5 more at 380. Yeah, we're overpaying now. Okay, let's just hold on. Let's just not get too hot. How many orders we have? We have 2 orders, 350, 330. Yeah, we bought 10. We sold 10. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll buy 25 of these. I'm okay at the moment. We're gonna always buy on the way up. I'm not worried. Geo. Never. Okay, let's look at Affirm. Yeah, I mean, earnings were good, but market didn't like it. Still uptrend intact. I'm okay with it. If it breaks the 50-day, that's where your move is at. That 50-day is 41.88. Didn't even get close to it. In fact, it bounced 2.5 points from the low of the day already. So, no big deal. Siri? Who asked for Siri? Somebody asked for Siri, right? Oh, SoFi, not Siri, sorry. SoFi, beautiful chart. It's exactly that. Exactly like Lunar, exactly like Sound, SOUN. Goes sideways, breaks out, and then it's gone. Or this looks like Peloton, right? These are the types of stocks that you guys got to look at. Remember, in fact, I think we even talked about SoFi. You asked me, and then on pullback, I said you need to buy it, and then it gave you a pullback to 10. Now it's at 13. Buy on dips doesn't mean anything but that. There was another one. Somebody asked something. I don't know. What was it? Anyway, Geo. Yeah, that Geo. Even if it pulls back to 23, those options will double. 60 IV. Yeah, I don't know. There's something funny. I got that study. That's why I didn't buy any. I would have bought 100 of those. There's something weird going on there. I am not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. Why are they so cheap? Never seen it. I was expecting them to be like, with this volatility, I was expecting them to be like $2. They're 25 cents. Why? Well, I have to look into it. Well, you guys will find out how that trade turns out. I bought 20 of them at 30 cents. I got another 10 at 25. In fact, I'll add to that. Let's make it 20 of them at 25 cents. Either this is stealing candy from a kid or I'm the kid, one or the other. I've never seen that. The stock that was 13 before the election is 25 now. And implied volatility is only 60? What is happening? Am I looking at the wrong thing? I'm not. I'm just at 20 puts. I mean, the 25s are only $1.60, so the IV is not that high. Okay. That's very interesting. Okay, cool. Somebody's loading up on the 30s. 4,250 of them traded over 3,700 open interest. Interesting. Okay. All right, we bought the December. I bought the right ones, right? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, December. Yeah. I I don't know. This I haven't seen before. Well, we'll keep buying it. 25 cents we have an order. The low was 20 cents. Okay. We'll buy it. We're buyers. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Let's go to the front screen and then say goodbye to you all and see you on Monday, trading with Sergio. Okay. All right. Okay. I got December. What do you mean? No, why would you buy those? December 21? There's no 20. Oh, you didn't get that. Well, I have to look at it. Sergio, you can check options without moving the charts. I know. I'm just kind of set up my way. I bought underlying Geo 13 shares yesterday. Beautiful. Beautiful. SoFi. I looked at SoFi. I thought it was an educational channel. Okay, you're laughing. I want to boot you. I can't boot you. You're my official supplier. A movie I have not seen. Yeah. Well, no, I have, but I have to. There's something going on there. They can't be that cheap, but we'll see. Okay, cool. All right. Much love to you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Please share. Please put thumbs up. If you become a member, you get a free T-shirt on top of that, and then members only. Please, I want every member. I looked at 18 members. I want every member to show up to the members only. I know. I thank you for the support, but please show up to the members only. There's no ifs and buts about it. And we will talk all about our victories and our losses this week and for 2 weeks. I know Mojotronics had something going on. Did you check into that? Please check into that and let me know what's going on with that with your broker. You shouldn't have gotten gypped that much, man. You got screwed. But we'll make that a case study though. And Techie B, we'll make Geo a case study. Let's see what happens by Wednesday to Geo. You bought 13 shares yesterday. Beautiful. See, these are my students right here. When Zoom follows me, great job, all of you. I will see you on Wednesday. Wear your shirts, please. Market keeps going up. When the market, when it crashes, it crashes. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to say it's going to crash tomorrow. And will it pull back? Will it crash? No, but I think, will it pull back? Yeah, of course. Market always pulls back. That's why you do DCA. So anyway, much love. Be safe. I will see you all Monday for Trading with Sergio, and Wednesday for the members only live, and Friday again for Power Hour. So hopefully this worked out because Chris is having a baby any second now. I did all this by myself, the screenshots and everything. I'm proud of it. So I'm learning. All right. So be safe. Be cool. Don't fight with each other. Have a good weekend. I will see you guys on Monday.